All right, guys, joined by head coach Blake Anderson. We'll let Coach Anderson make an opening statement, and then we'll take questions. Coach?
Not the way we wanted the day to go by any means. We're hoping to play a competitive game, and obviously hoping to find a way to come in here and surprise everybody and win, but just didn't play well enough to do so. It has been, really emotional week, no doubt. It's been a lot of conversation this week about kind of preparing for today and the fans, and I'll just say, just publicly that just one of the classiest moves I've ever seen. Hard to truly prepare for something like that. So I would say thank you to all those that showed up today, wearing pink or thinking pink. I don't know my wife and they don't know me, and they didn't have to do it, and I'm very grateful, honored, and honestly overwhelmed. So I wish the game would have gone differently. I think we have a better team than showed today. I think we had a lot of work to do. I'm hoping that we got out of it somewhat healthy, because I think we have a very good possibility of a good season ahead of us if we can just continue to learn and grow. I think Georgia's obviously a solid team. They just didn't make mistakes today. We needed them to be thinking ahead, looking ahead, and maybe not play their best. And I thought they played a very sound, solid football game and just really never gave us a chance to get involved. So disappointed in that sense that we just didn't make it a game at any point. So we'll learn from it, we'll move forward, and hopefully get better moving into Southern Illinois next week. Questions?
Like, just how surreal was it, when you saw the game out there walking out of the locker room? What were just the emotions flowing through?
I've done everything I can leading up to kickoff to try not to just lose it, and I thought I actually held on to it pretty good. I got the message earlier this week. I can't remember exactly who sent it to me, that the fan base was planning on honoring Wendy and doing what they're doing. And I know there's a lot more to it than just her, but there's a lot of people battling with it. And so I somehow kind of held it together when we came out, and maybe just the thought that I'm about to go play the number 3 team in the country, maybe that had a lot to do with that. But it's been extremely emotional and overwhelming. It's the best I can say.
Talking about that Alabama game earlier this week, where you felt like your guys got overwhelmed last year. Do you feel like that was the case?
Similar today, we didn't make as many glaring mistakes. We had busted coverages and calls and all kind of stuff a year ago that led to touchdowns, and today it was a lot more subtle. We just didn't tackle well. We just didn't tackle well defensively. They owned the line of scrimmage on both sides, and we really struggled just trying to create some consistency. Alabama was a lot more glaring. Corner and safety both blitzing at the same time and turning the guy loose and different stuff like that. That was not what today was. It's just we've got to learn, and we're going to play these kind of games, which we are. I know that. We're going to play big time people with a lot of talent. We're going to have to learn to play our kind of ball in this environment, and we just have not mastered that. And it's going to take hopefully next year is going to be able to get that opportunity. Well, it's definitely. I thought if you can find a positive, Bobo tried every way he could to find a positive on the radio. I didn't find near as many as he did, but I appreciate the effort. Making them kick a couple field goals. If you can find something, yeah. And they kept it from getting completely out of hand and stepping up and making a couple plays. That was the most positive thing we did all day defensively.
I know you're kind of obviously when you're in that game because you're caught up in that when you get out there. But you talked about when you came out. Did you notice some of the beyond just the the students weren't there?
No, I've been noticing it since the time we drove into town, and all the way through town. Students, painting up and painting, and just you notice every bit of it. I got a job to do. I'm trying to keep my head on and do what I'm supposed to do, and honestly, just keep from letting emotions overtake you, where you can be effective. But it's all been noticed and appreciated. I promise you.
Coach, some other things that been emotional, as you said, but so we walk back on the field, whether it be last week or this week. How do you remember when you go into the game? How do you feel about the player out there?
She's with me all the time. Number one, you spend 27 years together, especially in this profession, moving all over the country. it takes that relationship and it even tightens it more because a lot of times you're all you got. But I feel a presence out there. She's as competitive as I am and supported what we did and loved those kids. And so, that's kind of the energy that keeps you going. I don't want to let her down either in her legacy. I've never seen anybody fight as hard as she fought the last 2 years. And you're not going to find me feeling sorry for myself or being lazy, but I've got to live up to her legacy as well.
A couple guys were banged up. Is it kind of too early to tell, like on Jerry Jacobs?
Yeah, we'll have to have some looks at it. It's obviously makes you nervous when the guy can't finish. We had a couple that had to be taken off. We had a few that we pulled off that we were just trying to conserve just because their bodies are beat up. I'm holding my breath hoping that it's nothing significant, but he just got tangled up a little bit. I'm really not sure how bad it is yet.
How do you feel about Hatcher coming in the fourth quarter? How do you feel he performed?
Other than throwing the pick against zone coverage, I thought he did pretty good. That's one of those, he can't force that ball there. I know we're trying to make a play, but that's just not where it goes. He did a good job. He scrambled and moved. He made a good throw down the sideline to Jay. It looked like he commanded the offense for his first opportunity. It's pretty good. It's just hard to overcome. Hard not to think about the interception that he threw.
What did Jerry hurt?
He got tangled up, knee, ankle. I think it's knee, but I'm not absolutely certain yet. And it's no way to know until we get back and the doctors look at him just how bad it is.
Was that just a tweak of the hand?
Yeah, he's just trying to reach a guy, and it might have been more of a cramp than it was anything. It'd be nice if it was.
Coach, how would you evaluate the offense today? With an instance where there wasn't a turnover until late, but they moved the ball so much, but how would you evaluate the offense?
I didn't look at the stats. I know it seemed like we just couldn't ever get anything going. I compare it to a year ago with Alabama, I thought we moved the ball fairly effectively. In stages and use tempo. So in that sense, I would say I think we're more capable than what we played today. We still played part of the game, really wasn't 100%. We held him back. I think that's a big factor. We're still much better with him out there than we are without. And they're obviously solid defensively. They just didn't make mistakes. They made us really earn it and play very conservatively. Did not have to add guys in the box, and we couldn't control the line of scrimmage until they made a lot of substitutions. So it's frustrating in that environment. You need them to get out of gap, make a mistake, leave somebody in a one-on-one, and they just didn't do it. They played really sound and just pretty much dominated the whole game.
What did you make of their speed? Because they were getting a look in a lot early.
They're not only fast, but they're big and long. It's a deadly combination. Again, we needed them to make some mistakes. They didn't. They played the kind of ball that they need to play to control the game from beginning to end. It never was in question.
Just big picture with one non-conference game left, overall, how you kind of feeling about this team moving forward?
I think we're capable of being a really good team. We got some guys that are still growing up and learning, and we still right now have the tendency to miss an open field tackle that we got to be able to make and get a guy on the ground. We had way too many communication errors defensively early, and we've got to. I would have told you last week against UNB, we control both lines of scrimmage. We've got to get back to that now. The people we're going to play are going to look a lot more like us moving forward. I've got to feel like we match up much better in every scenario from here on out. But I think we are also capable of doing more than we did today, and we just didn't play at the level that we're capable.
What did you tell the guys afterward?
Basically exactly that. We just didn't play our best ball. We needed some help from them, and they didn't give it. They played well. There's a lot to learn. There's still more to do, work ahead. So come tomorrow, be critical, learn, and be prepared to get better this week. And we got a really good Southern Illinois team coming in. It would not surprise me if they're in the top 25 by the time they show up. So we can't let this one beat us twice. We're gonna get better this week and play well at home.
Anything else for Coach Anderson, guys? Thank you, Coach.
It's good.